I sensed something was off the moment she stepped out of the car. No greeting, no smile, not even a glance in my direction. She simply brushed past me, her heels striking the pavement with a crisp click as she moved toward the restaurant. The night was chilly, but not as piercing as the silence she left behind as she disappeared inside. We were meant to meet her friends for dinner, something casual, ordinary. I had been looking forward to it. After weeks of distance between us, I had hoped tonight might melt whatever had been building beneath the surface. Yet the way she avoided my gaze, the tight line of her jaw, told me everything I feared. Inside, the room hummed with laughter and the clinking of glasses. Her friends greeted me with polite smiles, the sort that barely reached the eyes. She slid into a chair at the far end of the table, deliberately leaving the seat beside her empty, for someone who wasn't there. Throughout the meal, she never spoke to me. Not once. She laughed with her friends, leaned close to whisper into her best friend's ear, and sipped her wine as if nothing were wrong. Occasionally, though, I caught her glancing at her phone, a fleeting expression crossing her face. Guilt, anxiety, before she locked it and placed its screen down. I tried to break the silence. "Have you heard from your sister?" I asked cautiously. She looked at me, lips parting as if she might answer, but her eyes slid away. "She's fine," she murmured, and that was the end of it. The quiet pressed down on me, heavy and suffocating. I searched my mind for what I had done. Had I upset her earlier? Was she tired, stressed, distant for reasons beyond me? But deep down, a voice I tried to ignore whispered the truth. It wasn't about me. It was about someone else. Across from me, her friend Lily tried too hard to act normal, her laughter a beat too loud, her gaze flicking repeatedly toward my wife before returning to me. She seemed anxious, guilty even. I didn't know why yet. By dessert, I couldn't bear it any longer. I excused myself to the restroom, just to breathe, to regain some composure. Returning, I found my plate gone and my seat empty, except for a folded note resting at the edge of the table. Lily caught my eye as I reached for it. No words, just a stiff nod before she looked away. The note was small, handwritten in her messy scrawl. "Wait outside." My chest sank. I glanced at my wife, still at the table, pretending to scroll through her phone, avoiding me completely. She didn't want to say this in front of anyone. I slipped the note into my pocket and stepped out. The night hit me like a blade, cold, sharp, and electric with dread. I waited beneath the yellow glow of the streetlight, breath misting in the air, every second stretching endlessly. Then she appeared, walking slowly toward me, her expression unreadable. "What's going on?" I asked softly. She stopped a few feet away, arms folded, eyes cast down. "I don't want to do this in front of them." "Do what?" Her jaw trembled slightly. "End this." The words shattered something inside me. I took a step forward. "End what? Dinner? This night? What do you mean?" She shook her head. "Us." For a moment, I couldn't comprehend. The word lingered, cold, merciless, final. From inside, the restaurant's laughter and glass clinks drifted faintly, a cruel reminder that the world continued to turn while mine stopped completely. "Why?" I whispered. She exhaled shakily, eyes glistening. "Because I can't keep lying to you." The voice inside me, the one I tried to silence, surged. "Lying?" She nodded, looking down. "It started small, coffee after work. I didn't mean for it to grow, but it did." A streetlight flickered above. A car alarm wailed in the distance, muffled and meaningless. All I heard was the pounding of my own blood. "Who?" My voice was barely audible. "You don't know him. He's from my office." I closed my eyes, gripping the chill night air. "How long?" 6 months. 6 months. Half a year of deception, hidden behind tired smiles and late nights. 6 months of me wondering if our distance was my fault. I wanted to scream, to demand why she had brought me here, to sit across from her friends while she ignored me like a stranger. But I couldn't. I just stood there, staring at the woman I thought I knew, realizing I had lost her long before tonight. She began to cry quietly, the guilt-heavy kind, not grief. "I didn't mean to hurt you," she whispered. "I just couldn't stop it." I laughed bitterly. "You couldn't stop it? You could have. You chose not to." She flinched, offering no denial. "I know. I just didn't know how to tell you. I thought maybe it would fade, but it didn't." She shook her head. There was nothing more to say. The silence between us became the only truth remaining. I looked at her one last time, the woman who had once been home, and realized home was gone. As I turned to leave, her hand brushed my sleeve. "Please don't hate me," she whispered. I glimpsed our years together. Late-night drives, laughter, promises, but they slipped through my fingers like smoke. "I don't hate you," I said softly. "I just don't know who you are anymore." I fumbled with the keys, hands trembling, and drove away. Through the window, I saw her small under the streetlight, crying into her hands. Piece by piece, something inside me shattered. The note remained in my pocket. At a red light, I pulled it out. "Wait outside." For what? The truth? A goodbye? Maybe both. By the time I got home, the cruel clarity hit me. She hadn't ended us tonight. She had ended us months ago, quietly, while I still tried to fix what was already gone. The silence that had haunted me all evening wasn't confusion or anger. It was her closure, not mine.